18 tackle busts, 144 metres, and Tommy Makinson, 14 tackle busts and 138 metres.
Didn't even mention Matt Percival, just about who stood out. He was just because he's doing it every game, isn't he? He was brilliant, Matt Percival.
Yeah, he doesn't jump out as much because this is what we expect from him now. We expect to be entertained by Mark Percival, Albert Kelly, a try, 141 metres, some of those assisted by a forward pass. 7, should we say 141 receiving yards? 7 successful offloads, so like you say, he was enterprising. Danny Houghton, made his way to 62 tackles, 11 of which were marker tackles.
Wow.
He's going to be tired. Carlos, although he didn't play on the Easter Monday game, so... Carlos Tumavave, 118 metres, and Josh Griffin, 117 metres. So they were good in yardage, but not enough to threaten at the other end of the field, unfortunately, for Holity. Is there anything else you want to finish on this one, or are we moving on to your game on Saturday?
Yeah, let's move on.
So, on Saturday afternoon at the AJ Bale Stadium, it finished Salford 6, Warrington 22, in front of 3,428. Gareth Hewer was the referee. Were you one of the 3,428?
I wasn't. No, I was watching it. I have training on a Saturday, so I had to come straight back in and watch it on TV.
Right. Well, you're still giving yourself.
I've got responsibilities in the community.
We did get some fan views info though from people who watched this. So before you have your say, let's see what other people had to say.
Paul O'Brien, 1976, said, not the best of games. At 14-6, Brown knocks on, which is missed by the officials on his own line. Could have been a turning point. Warrington continue on, Salford look poor.
Wire Joe said, after an opening 20 minutes where the convicted spousal abuser proved that not only is he a reprehensible human being, but also a dogshit fullback, Wire went off the boil and made hard work of what should have been a routine win. Our attack still looks clunky and we rocked a bit in defence in the second half, but with this being the third game in 8 days, I'd rather concentrate on what a good Easter period it's been for us.
Tom Eckley, I honestly believe if we can get some flair in this attack, this team is capable of winning a final. If only we had one Matthew Blythe.
And Mike Dodd 22 says, my first away game with the Wire faithful was an enjoyable one. Bit of a workmanlike performance after a tough Easter weekend, but getting the 2 points was all that mattered in this one. The King and Charnley partnership impressed down the right edge again, although Atkins staked his claim when he replaced King. Strong performances yet again from Hill, Cooper, Philbin and SBW.
Super Benny Westwood.
Shithouse Benny Westwood.
I know, that's what makes you sick in your mouth.
What do you have to say on this one as the Warrington fan in situ?
It was frustrating, if I'm honest. I thought Salford actually bombed a couple of really good opportunities and could easily have taken the spoils from this. They sort of they missed an opportunity. I think Little John hit a really hard pass into Haraki's chest, which bounced off him, and he's running a really good line. I think that could have resulted in a try, sort of early doors, where I think we might have been one try up at the time. And then there was another one where Haraki put it out wide to Bibby, and he sort of was a little bit behind him. He sort of reached up for it, and it fell, and it fell kindly for. My own player, whose name at Lynham, and he ran it away. So I think there were those two opportunities early doors that they could easily have scored, and our scores just came from us bullying the new guy at is it Olfants?
Darryl Olfants.
Yeah, he was obviously new into the role, and they had a new fullback as well. The
putting kicks in between him and
abuser.
Putting kicks in between him and Louis was
absolutely
an obvious ploy, wasn't it?
It did for that first 25 minutes, and bullying those guys to get those tries. It was just some really strange tries being
the Tyrone Roberts try was the kind of culmination of all of that first 20 minutes, wasn't it? And I think it felt like the game was won at 14-0 there.
I thought we could easily have, and if we'd have played as well as we have been doing, and it was the third game in the Easter period, and there's going to be tiredness and all that kind of stuff. But if we'd played as well as we have been doing in those games, we could easily have taken it out. But yeah, then they scored. They got really into it. Lamatasi did that fantastic sort of break.
But it came to
nothing. Because they've got. they're just missing. So, like there was the other opportunity that Bibby like bombed that was down near his feet in the. I think that I don't know if that's late in the first or in the second half, but there was a couple of like gilt-edged opportunities, and it's just those little sort of fine margins really for Salford.
Well, that was it. It felt like you guys dominated the first 25 minutes or so, and almost thought that it was just going to come as easy as it had been coming. But when Salford started to learn how to defend, and sort of put some pressure on the kicks and start to get into their momentum of getting up the field, they looked like were capable of making ground, but they didn't look capable of stringing things together. Little John's been abysmal for them, and Shorrocks was playing his first game in 14 months. And first game for a new side on loan, and Louis was in a new position. And although that try that he scored was very nicely worked, Wood went off, didn't he, the hooker, so you ended up with Mark Flanagan, who I thought did a passable job as a hooker.
Yeah, absolutely,
But if you had one of the natural scheming sort of hookers, if you had Logan Tompkins or Chris Brining or Josh Wood around some of the bits that are happening later in that first half, you feel maybe they would have got, and right at the start, so you feel maybe they would have got some more joy off someone quicker in those positions. The cans are high again.
Oh, right, yeah. It's like it's that halfback's an issue, isn't it? They haven't got that sort of scheming. Mick Dobson kind of character who's going to sort of steer him around the park and identify the opportunity. Little John just doesn't. He's not really, freezer, is it? Little John's not offering anything. He put a couple of kicks in, didn't he, Little John, that were all right, I thought. But he made some terrible errors as well.
It just didn't seem to be ever really in the right place at the right time. There was one bit of passage of play where Salford got a few offloads away, but no one looked prepared for the play, and no halfback looked like they were organised. I know it was kind of going to be off the cuff anyway, but they stopped a lot of. It felt like they stopped a lot of times after offloads and kind of looked around and thought, who am I supposed to give the ball to? Who's meant to be in charge here? Yeah. Where am I going to go? And that's kind of why, even if they'd have got the right call on that Kevin Brown knock on their own line, I don't feel like Salford would have taken advantage, because they hadn't taken advantage for so much of the rest of the game. And Bibby and Alferts, for as much as the effort they put in, they're not top finishers. No. You know, do you know what I mean? So maybe
Alferts was in some way responsible for each of the tries that we scored. Like in the one that Brown scored in the second half, it came off a knock on that he'd sort of done in the middle of the field when he was.
That's right.
So I think, but
there wasn't much could do about the first try. I thought it was great interplay between that King Charnley wing, and I was really disappointed that King got taken off and Atkins got put on. That kind of made Josh Charnley just a kick return player then, because obviously Greedy McGreederson, who managed to not celebrate the try he didn't score, which was fantastic, but he's not. He wants to score tries himself. He said that at the start of the season. I'd have been turning around to his coach and saying, "Shut your mouth. This is a team sport."
Yeah, he doesn't.
And he's not playing as well as Toby King. I mean, if King needed a break or whatever, because I don't think he got injured, did he?
He got taken off right after he just he did like a tip pass it was a pass for passing sake. It's almost as if he's gone from like not passing to him at all in the first game, the first half of the first game, to like just passing to him, instinctively now. But it was going nowhere, and it went. I think it was a forward pass, actually. It was a forward pass. So
and he got ripped off straight after that. He
got taken off. He'd done a couple of things that weren't great leading up to that, and then obviously they decided to give Atkins a run. But Atkins doesn't have that pass in him. I don't know if he's greedy. I just don't think he can pass it.
Well, he's played left centre for 10 years at Warrington, hasn't he? Basically, and now he's playing right centre because Bryson Goodwin's playing so well.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the reasons why our wingers don't really score that many tries, or they haven't done in years gone by. I felt for Matty Russell when Atkins came over to that side, because he's struggling for confidence anyway, and he's never going to get the ball in any danger zones. But yeah, so I think it was it was good to get the 2 points. Focus. I think it was Wire Joe that said that it's focus on the positives. We've got three wins over Easter, and that's kind of that's. You snatch your hand off for that, but I think if Salford were playing anything like
we talk about Salford weren't executing at all. They did score one try that was ruled out for obstruction, but we're pretty happy with that, aren't we? I mean, the player that he ran behind did go through the line, but he clearly made two defenders have to make a different decision. Yeah, that then Haraki ran round the back of. So it's an old-fashioned shepherd in my book. I don't know why there needed to be any conversation about it, really. Yeah. And I think that was kind of the catalyst then for Warrington to realise maybe we do need to pick something else up. You got lucky, didn't you, with Kevin Brown? Kind of.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, that was a terrible miss. Really, it was blatant, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I think, there was a. It was kind of letting knock-ons go for both teams, actually, that would have been called in other matches, I think.
Yeah.
They did go backwards, but there was definitely a forward.
Even one just called in the match before when they were missing
forward
stuff.
Yeah. And there was a forward. I mean, there was a forward pass for Warrington as well that got missed by the older lino that was getting
bury the flag.
Yeah. As well, so there were a few things. I mean, but then they let the same things go for Salford as well. But yeah, it was definitely a let off for Kevin Brown. I don't know what he was saying to convicted spousal abuser after he scored his try. I don't know whether it's something to do with that.
There must have been some chippiness between the two of them at some point that we've maybe missed. But we both said Flanagan, we think, performed pretty well.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
For Salford.
Haraki, I thought was good as well. He messed up a couple of things. There was a.
But he's not a ball-playing player, and he played the ball quite well when he was called upon it.
Yeah.
I agree there. For your lot, I think the front row sets a good platform, but I think Charlie was the best player on the pitch for me. He did everything he needed to do right, and has made a glorious return. Really, three tries in 3 games, a couple of assists along the way too. Yeah, he's looking really good.
I like Brown. Brown obviously is going to because he got away with that knock on. It's kind of. Taints his performance a little bit, but he did some good stuff as well, and I'm so used to him having ineffective performances for us. So actually watch him, he did that
the tap penalty,
and made loads of meters. Then he's obviously got his tries. He did some pretty decent kicking as well.
He played well.
He was controlling the. It was a controlled performance really from him. I was happy with his performance, definitely.
Yeah, he was up there. I'd agree. Right, stats. Tackle success rate and penalties cost the home side. Under 90% in tackle success, you don't win many games with that, and 4.7% worse than Warrington on that count as well. 8-5 in the penalty count against Salford. Warrington took advantage with 378 more metres as I turn the page. Nearly a metre per carry, better average gain, 7 breaks to 4. If not for disappointing 10-8 in errors that Warrington lost on, then you might have won by even more in this game, I suspect. Josh Charnley with a try assist, 5 tackle busts, 126 metres. Kevin Brown, a try, 129 metres for the old fella, 2 clean breaks. Bryson Goodwin with 10 tackle busts, 143 metres. Tom Lynham, 139 metres, 4 successful offloads. So really good getting out your own end with numbers like that. Yeah. You would say. For the losing Salford side, Chris Wellham, 132 metres, Wella Haraki with a try assist and 43 tackles, so went both ways. Mark Flanagan, 42 tackles. Daryl Alferts. Yeah. We've commented on some of the areas where he didn't perform, but he did stick at it and put in a lot of effort. Maybe he's not quite Super League quality yet, but 118 metres for him deserves a pat on the back for sure, I would say. Right, from your team, we moved to my team, and it was Catalan 23, Wigan 32, after being 15-0 at half-time to the Catalan side, in front of 8,640, and Liam Moore was the referee who's coming for the slaughterhouse visit. And do you want to start us with the fan reviews on this one?
Tim G Radio said Le Bordeaux, which I think is the Golden Edge, proved decisive for Wigan. Start the meat grinder for McBanana. The defence for the club try was under 8-esque.
Yeah, White Pie said, well, not much to say except how the fuck did we win that? Lockers immense second half and took control for us. Used the golden edge perfectly. Catalans looked lost once Bird went off. God help someone if we actually play for it.